welcome to Legends of Raspia, the comedy fiction fantasy real play role-playing podcast with its own unique game, which is designed for anyone to pick up and play. It's like kickball, but almost nothing like kickball. So pull up a chair, let down your hair, spend a few talks with that old Bardfox. Last time on OLoR, after Feaubear was ejected from an interdimensional talent show of sorts, he befriended a fellow reject, Trope. Trope showed Feaubear to the nearest bar in Forgotten Space, and they spent the evening drinking hologrammarian bevies before returning to Trope's dwelling. So there they had philosophical ponderings and giggles. We'll pick up there in the morning with a hologrammarian hangover on the horizon.
So could we just jump in? You want me to start whenever?
Start whenever.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's begin with a perception test.
All right. This is gonna be 14 perception from old Feaubear Don't Go Dare.
Well, Feaubear, you are still sleeping in Trope's Hutch.
I perceived that I must sleep.
Yeah, you know that weird kind of Twilight half asleep thing where you're like, I'm sleeping so good. No, but beyond that, because you're sleeping so good right now, you're having these kind of intangible dreams, almost like a fever dream. Sounds that are impossibly loud, almost inaudible. They are flexing back and forth as your idea, your spirit, whatever have you, is kind of melding back and forth between your physical self, who is currently dying, if right on the line. And so you keep phasing back into this call that Thumb was making. You know, he was, as you can recall, listeners, it sounded a lot like and you are mid when you wake up. You feel sickly. You feel kind of hollow, hungover. You're a musician, you know that game, Feaubear. You feel just off and wrong. And with your perception, as you look down, you can see that when you'd gone to sleep, where your lines were very defined, as Trope had described, they have since blurred. And your eyes kind of open, and Trope is standing over you with his underbite a flail. And it's just kind of...
Hey.
Oh, you're awake. Hey,
yeah.
Dude.
You know, I tend to wake up when people are standing over me. Staring at me.
I don't know about that, buddy. I've been standing here for quite some time. You have been out for a while. You were wriggling and yelling and singing in your sleep. You're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Are you okay? I've been trying to wake you up, but I was afraid my hand had... Oh, all right, my bad. Influence test to see how I feel about this transaction.
11.
Feel okay about this?
Sorry,
Look,
14.
Okay.
I mean 14, I forgot that I'm influential.
I feel even more okay about this then. I was 11 okay before, but I'm realizing it's more of a 14. No, for real, you're fine. I get it, didn't mean to overstep the bounds. I mean, to be fair, it's a Hutch. So, like, there's not a lot to really go or look at or do, and I was worried about you, if I'm being honest, buddy. I know we just met yesterday. A word you yourself don't recognize. I know we just met yesterday, but I don't know. I feel close to... Boy, you were out for longer than I thought. And, yeah, so now we kind of go to an open table as you are sitting up and kind of stretching all the sleepiness out of you.
How big is this hovel?
With your previous perception, I'll tell you it's 15 by 15 stretch is what you'd call it in Raspia. We'd call it yards on Earth, but Feaubear doesn't know that.
Why would I? Okay, it's not too bad. It's kind of a nice place you got here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Built it myself.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna call it hovel, but then I realized I was stealing that idea from a badger called Chunt, so I decided to unsteal that, retconning it is a hutch. Thank you.
I feel like there could be other hovels in the world.
Well, yeah, but he's also kind of a cute mammalian badass who's very funny and talented.
So what's the connection?
Oh, I stole the name. My creative integrity, though you couldn't tell from being veritably under a rock, is intact, and I have to admit that wasn't my funny. I took that joke. Sorry, universe and universes.
Anyways, well...
I told you I've been up for a while. Please go on, I interrupted you.
Yeah, no, it's quite all right. So, yeah, interesting things. I feel like I'm kind of reverse dreaming at this point. Since when I was dreaming here, I was kind of seeing my actual waking life, albeit what's left of it. I guess I'm back to dreaming again,
Oh, no. I thought you might be confused about this. Let's do a chance test.
All
This
right.
is just going to be a naked roll. You roll your dice, I roll mine. Who gets higher?
3.
Well, yeah, okay. So you think you're dreaming right now, huh?
Well, I haven't met very many bipedal magenta dogs before.
Mutt Pupp, please.
Mutt, pardon me, please. Mutt pups.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess, wow, let me try to recall a time before I knew what forcible was. Yeah, so it's like a dream, kind of like a dream, except that you're here because your other world sort of rejected you in some way or another. You were kicked out, maybe your pulse stopped, who's to say how. So it's like a dream in that you're not conscious in the world where you're from, right? And that hologrammarian, a word that we've all known this whole time since I was born. You're hologrammarian, probably very similar to a dream, sort of a figment of imagined light. Thank you. It's very unlike a dream in that if you lose track of what happens when you wake up, you don't. That's the whole thing about being a good idea or a bad idea, Feaubear. Good ideas, they get realized, and then they go back to their worlds or whatever. And,
Right, sure.
and then forgotten ideas, that's you and me. We sort of linger here in forgotten space. But then, I don't like talking about bad ideas. Makes me feel a little warm. Which reminds me, we should get to the show. We gotta get the kill hinge soon. If you don't get it first in line, well, you have to wait longer.
Well, we don't want that.
No.
Alright, well, I suppose I'm not doing anything else in this dream. So, sure, I'm along for the ride,
Alrighty. So, do you wish to spend your next action to just kind of get up and follow Trope?
Yeah, am I hungry?
Let's do another perception roll for one of your actions here, shall we?
That is 12.
Hungry is a comparable feeling to what you're going through right now. You do feel empty. And in fact, as you look down at your less defined lines and your less hollow skin, hollow HOLO, like light, it's less bright. You have dulled significantly, my friend. And to wit, your confidence is at 50% of what it was, rounded up. And like a good hangover, you don't really realize how bad it is until you stand up.
Oh.
Whoa,
Right.
You look bad, because you see the trope has not lost any of his definition. It's almost like this is your special case or something.
or already at rock bottom.
Exactly. It's as low as I go, dude.
Okay, well that puts me at 25 confidence. That's probably fine.
Yeah, you woke up, maybe not so sure. No, this confidence is really all we got here. You have to be really careful about what people say to you, because you take ego damage here or your confidence gets chipped away at, then, well, not confident that you're not a bad idea. How are we supposed to be? Ugh, like Hinch is always saying. Hey, can you do me a favor?
Maybe. What's up?
Yesterday you did some scritches. Do you mind? I kind of can't. As you can see, my arms do this.
Right.
So, like, I try to use my bottom ones, but they're designed like people's legs for some reason. I don't know who thought of me, but it is a cruel master because I can't scratch my own ears.
I gotcha, bud. I gotcha. Do you have any breakfast?
Influence test.
21.
I don't know if you could smell it on my breath, but yeah, I got a little something for you. He goes over and he sort of opens one of the, he slides part of the wall to the side, and it ends up being like a little cupboard for him. He pulls out one of his bottles. There are a few different bottles in there with varying amounts in them. This one has the least in it, and it is glowing. You guessed it, blue, my favorite drink.
That's breakfast.
Well, for me it is, yeah. I don't have a lot of confidence, so that's why I don't go do the other stuff. I don't go to the clubs after the show. I get my blue. I come straight home, work on my talent a little bit. Now I talk to you. This seems like a good existence, but blue is pretty much what keeps me going. In fact, if you take a drink of blue, which I'm happy to share with you this time, but you're gonna have to get the next round, you go ahead, you regain 5 confidence when you take a drink of my delicious blue.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
So, you want to do the old scritch and scooch as we do a perception roll and go to the world's turn?
Certainly.
Scritching and scooching, you walk out of Trope's Hutch. And
I got a 16.
Alrighty. So as you step out, it is unlike your home world, because when you go from inside to outside there's an adjustment of light. It's kind of bright. You know, your eyes need to adjust to that brightness.
The sun, I think, is what some people call it.
That's right. Anyway, it's hard to remember.
Or Helios.
So, here on Forspa, ain't no sunshine. It's just the same. Yeah. It's getting a little buble over here. I don't know what I meant by that. It's the early 2000s pop and techno. Nope, don't know who that is.
No. I think your references are withering.
Oh, I started to get that either. I can tell you made a joke. I got a sense of humor, just no knowledge. Don't know anything about that stuff. Anyway, so there is no sun. It's not dark, it's like you're sitting in your room, watching TV, playing video game, whatever lighting that you're picturing in your comfort zone.
Ambient light.
Ambient light. That's exactly right. There is just sort of an inexplicable ambient light surrounding you when you walk out into Forspa. And of course, you can hear the vehicles passing above you. A group goes running past you, and you can hear that they're talking. You don't necessarily have any idea what their words mean, but a lot of it kind of, you know, kind of thing you hear when you're walking down a four-spin road.
Right. Average.
Exactly, average. You turn and you make your way out down the road toward the line for Kill Hinge. The road itself is lined by buildings. Many of them are very, very tall, as we described before.
Skyscraperian.
Skyscraperian, exactly. Take a bit. Forgot I could do that. Anyway, so they're skyscrapers, and next to them on the bottom, there are these kind of lean-tos and shanties where these more dulled out-looking ideas tend to exist. Glancing in one of the high windows, you see somebody who looks almost overly defined. Just all lines, nothing but lines. And they wave to you, and you can only kind of perceive it. It kind of blinks in and out. You just sort of move on. You do recognize that lack of definition in the other people as it's worse than yourself. You haven't quite got to that point, but you can see, you get that same kind of feeling that you get, I imagine that most people get when you see people that don't have anywhere to be or go. You get this kind of like, God, I wish I could help, but like, only have 30 confidence now, and like, if I run out of confidence, So there, but for the grace of attention, go you. And as you are walking, Trope, he goes back to talking about how you was sleep talking, man. I remember you said this on the show, but you're from Raspia?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So what's Raspia like?
I haven't really seen it all. I'm from a little continent called Avadria, which, and then of Avadria, I'm from this tiny community called Kaltaria, which is, deserts. You know this desert? Have you heard this? You seen this?
Oh yeah, dude. I get desert every time I eat.
So it's like that, but much more sand and much less sweet. Pretty hot, consistently. And there's a lot of mean people. There's a lot of nice people too, though.
Mean people?
Sorry, I don't mean to trigger you.
Is that what a Taurian is?
Those are some of the mean people, yeah.
Oh, that's what all the Death Tutoria talk was. I'm not quoting you exactly. it's got kind of a ring to it. Want to use it? No, you don't? Okay, that's fine too. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so what is Toria exactly?
Well, they're hundreds and hundreds of revs ago, they kind of set out and conquered all of Avadria, and kind of wanted to establish an order to the entire continent, placing themselves, of course, at the fucking top. And kind of squashing all the other the people below them.
Whoa. And they make all the rules and stuff, and if you don't follow the rules, then they'll make fun of you, you think?
They'll put you on the bleeding throne and cut you to bits and watch you ritualistically bleed out in front of a crowd of people. But yeah,
Oh, that's not exactly the same as pulling a lever and making a person go down a tube, embarrassingly.
Not exactly, no.
So is that who killed you?
That is a member of the Taurian army did shoot me with a bolt. Yes.
Shot you with a bolt? For what? Like a bolt, like for shooting like a bow.
Like a crossbow bolt.
Oh, okay.
And
shot you.
Yeah, because I was trying to bring down that said bleeding chair, the bleedman's seat, as we call it, and I've always called it. Colloquially.
Oh. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't know, so you probably. Sounds right to me. It's got a ring to it. I'll give you that. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
yeah.
why did you get shot though? Because you were trying to take down the throne?
Yeah, because I didn't want my grandfather, my pappy, to be executed on it.
I see.
Sort of like,
okay.
Casual.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna continue to walk. I might as well continue to talk. I have other questions for you, but I feel weird, just sort of weird, just firing them off. You look like you're. God, you look bad, buddy. You don't look.
Yeah.
You look like you just slept for a long time.
Probably what's going on is like subconsciously I'm just feeling tired, and like subconsciously I kind of want like my mind is kind of going through like a recap of sorts, and so that's probably why you, figment of my imagination, is asking me all of these questions and that sort of thing.
Right, I do understand and agree with you saying that thing.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Totally, this is not reality. You're still sleeping, you think?
Yeah, probably just at the mediciner's tent, just dreaming up a storm.
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess I'll play into that and let you keep dreaming about whoever Gadley is.
I don't think I was dreaming about Gadley. I don't think my subconscious is that mean.
Well, yeah, it's just you would mention his name and stuff.
I probably didn't.
I'm calling him the T word, but you didn't actually say any T words. You were just. So he's what, like someone you know? Is he the guy that bolted you?
No, he's just your average twit.
Oh, I see. Hey,
yeah,
Feaubear?
really, honestly, not worth mentioning. Yeah.
Look out! He stops you real quick as traffic goes running by, and he's like, there is no way to tell when this is gonna happen. This is like light. You'd think that because we're all made of light and we drink light that there would be traffic lights, but he looks up at you like, funny?
You would think that, totally.
I don't know, I was trying to work on my pivot. You told me that I should pivot, and then I tried doing it louder. My neighbors were not a fan of that part. So then I just, I don't know. Some people, you remember I was telling you, people go up, they make jokes. Some of those people, they get given a ticket so they can keep coming back. That just gives you more chances to get realized, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, looks easy. No, it's just talking. How hard could comedy possibly be? Right.
Yeah, I think jokes could be a great pivot for you. Do you have any more?
Most of them are light-based, not gonna lie. The other day I stepped on the scales and I was shocked what I weighed. You see, I was a little light in the loafers, thank you!
Yeah. Do you maybe have like 4 other jokes that are perhaps not so loose? Maybe like a tight 5 jokes.
I'm gonna have to work on that.
Okay.
For something that's so easy to do, it's pretty hard to write jokes.
Huh. That's weird. It's weird like that.
I don't know how these dudes do it.
So how's the line looking?
Well, can't really see it around the corner up there. But let's do a perception roll to see what we can hear.
13.
Feaubear? Friends? At home? Me. I got a 1.
Oh!
So, what were you were wondering what the line is looking like?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as Trope said, you can't exactly see, you can't see around the corner just yet. However, you can see a lot of activity happening, and most importantly, you can hear the voices and the melodic changes. of something familiar, as if it was a group of things or ideas or people that you ran into yesterday. So,
When all my troubles seem so far away.
Yeah, when all your troubles seem so far away. Yes, exactly. So as you are continuing up that way, you'll be there in a matter of time, which is to say, after this next open table, you will have arrived there. But Trope very clearly has something on his mind still, and he's like, he kind of tugs on your light tunic made of light. By the way, what are you wearing? You imagine it, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I suppose it's just my sort of like every rote sort of tunic of like the sort of thing I would wear to the bar, to wear at the Mirage. So just sort of like your average pants with extra pockets, your sort of beige tunic.
Oh, so what I'm tugging on is a dirty rag? Oh God! It smells like
it's
sour
supposed to be
blue.
beige. It was.
They come yellowed like that.
Yeah. It's authentic.
Oh, in any case, I'm a lit alcoholic. Never mind, it's not a canon word. Sometimes they just make up sounds and call them words. That's me though. Anyway, speaking of sounds that you make up, you didn't tell me you were better at my thing than I am, because you were sort of singing. You sleep a little bit.
That's private.
You like a gardener? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, my singing's just for me. You know, it's a life I gave up long ago.
Oh, you seem. Your eyes, they got so distant, forlorn and pensive when you said that. Seems like there's some reason, or you just...
They're five-lorn. No, the thing is like when you're pushed in one direction and, you know, brought up your entire life to do one thing, and all of a sudden you decide you don't want to do that thing anymore, and then everyone starts yelling at you, and, you know, and then like... And the only people that aren't yelling at you are your grandparents, even though they still want you to do the thing. And so you just move in with them anyways. And then, you find your own passion in the world and you want to pursue that, even though there's a lot of mean people you got to work with in order to like kind of get to where you want to be, you know, and it's just all a part of growing up.
Awesome. First of all, take a bit for great role playing. Fantastically summarized. That said, as you are finishing those last couple words, you round the corner. And do a perception roll as you do so.
9.
Okay. So as you round the corner, the sounds of get louder and louder. And as you round the corner, they are all facing outward, that direction, and they all point right at Trope. And Trope is like, oh no, they were waiting for me again. As though they have got his timing down pat, or simply waiting there just for him to come there. They begin mocking him roundly. For the world's turn, let's do another perception test to see how this goes.
18.
He's gonna make the squeaky sound. Yeah, I hate this stupid Mutt Pupp. I think that his songs are bad. They're all just kind of ganging up on Trope, and you see him like flinch. And he loses 10 confidence as a couple of these ego attacks, a couple of these insults genuinely affect him. He's a sensitive pup.
Yeah. Hey, stop that right now. You stop making. Go neener someone else. Yeah, get out of here. Scram.
Influence test.
6.
Oh, really? they all turn toward you and are like, how about you put a recipe down on a string again? We know you now. All right, so we have an incoming ego attack.
Okay. Which I
So
can
an incoming
ignore.
verbal attack. You can ignore.
All right, 18. Using my influence.
That was my best burn. It didn't even phase him.
Listen, everyone's a fucking critic. Why don't you go out there and make some art of your own, you idiots?
Influenced us.
That's gonna be 17.
Feaubear,
Yes.
friends at home?
Yes.
Me.
Yes.
I rolled another 1.
Yes!
So the meanest, biggest, least redeemable one. The one that's, he's just got scars from victimizing innocent people, and it's very justified, bursts into fucking flame. And everyone looks, they all kind of look at each other, and they look at you, and then they look at Trope, who grows 3 sizes that day. Regains 10 confidence. That's right, you little punks! Mess with my boy Feaubear! That's right, we're the new bears in town. What color are you? What color are you, Feaubear?
Currently, I guess I'm wearing beige.
The beige bear has arrived, that's right. You can all suck it, suck my mud pup dick, suck my... I don't have very good rhythm, but the sentiment remains true. Get out of this line. They all slink off successfully, and you take 5 bits for having won your very first 4-spin fight, which is just petty arguing and being mean.
I could be pretty good at this, I think.
Dax thought that was awesome, thanks. Oh, back at you, my good man. You cutie. Do you think that was awesome?
I think he does.
I think
He's cheering for the Mutt pups.
If words could kill, then this podcast would be a war crime. Anyways, way to rip off a beloved and famous fantasy podcast, Han. And for unrelated reasons, my legal team has urged me to make it clear that I am neither mysterious nor a man, and technically I'm a voiceover and not a framing device. Oh, Legends of Raspia is brought to you by Bardfox. The game Legends of Raspia is created and designed by Han Blackheart and Rik Tahee. The Raspian mythology is created by Han Blackheart with notable contributions from the collective creators and friends of Bardfox. Feaubear Dongo Dare is played by Rik Tahee. Game moderation and all other characters are played by Mr. Han Blackheart. OLoR is edited and mixed by Rik Tahee. Music written and performed by Han Blackheart. Artwork by Xanthi Blackheart. Links for all social media thingies can be found in episode descriptions. If that's what you're into. In any case, I have non-corporeal things I need to do. Good luck back there on Earth.